Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Charlie Dilks, the Chief Product Officer with CCA Global, and also the Chairman of the Board of the Floorcovering Industry Foundation, FCIF. Charlie, how you doing this morning?
I'm well, Kemp. Happy Monday.
Yeah. We want to talk about this One Day to Give campaign that's on September the 7th with the FCIF. Before we get to that, though, your day job, there's kind of a mixed bag out there, I think, at retail. Tell us how's business amongst your members at CCA Global.
I would describe it as still a little sluggish. I don't think the second half, at least, is shaping up, as well as perhaps we would have anticipated. I think that, it's easier to comp against what happened in the second half of 22 for sure. First half was tough. Again, if we compare it to 22, first half was tough by any measure. Second half, like you say, is better, but still sluggish. So, the people that I listen to, and I do a lot of reading, seem to be pushing back, any kind of recovery in home furnishing. And by recovery, I mean, volume levels that maybe are similar to 22, I dare say even 21, seem to be pushing that back a little bit, whether it's related to housing, to a forward spend, any of those factors. But overall, I think the volume levels are pretty good, Kemp, but no one likes business to be less than what it was a year ago. So I think from that point of view, it's a little bit sluggish.
Yeah, it's hard to get up and get motivated to get them to work if your business isn't growing. It seems to be kind of flat right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But I mean, look, if you look at it from a perspective of, how much business we were doing in 2019 and then what happened in 2021 and 22, I mean, the business grew at a pace that we've never experienced before, other than how much business we lost going back to, say, 2009. This was the reverse, of course. So I think business, volumes are pretty normal right now. If we went back to 19 and just, anticipated or calculated in what the normal growth would be, over the last 3 years or so. So from that context, I think business is okay. But as I say, anytime you're not growing, it's a little disappointing.
Yeah. So there's usually a little bit of a surge when the kids go back to school. Are they seeing that right now?
I think we're seeing some of it. I mean, I think business, if we go back historically, business is pretty similar in terms of the first half of the year to the second half of the year. Obviously, the summer months get a little bit slower with vacations and kids, out of school. So we are seeing a little uptick in consumer traffic coming into the stores. So that's good news.
Yeah. Well, let's go to this One Day to Give initiative that's coming up September 7th, Thursday. From what I understand, it's a 24-hour online funding drive. We probably should step back a minute and tell the listener a little bit about what the FCIF is. You want to take that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to your listeners about the FCIF. It was founded, back in 1980 by, some of the key leaders in the industry at that time. For the last 20 years, since 2003, we've assisted over 1,200 families. We have one full-time employee, Andrea Blackburn, that she also has a little bit of help, and the WFCA certainly provides a lot of assistance, the FCIF as well. But, we raise somewhere in the neighborhood of $800,000 to $900,000 a year. We gift that out by way of grants to people that have some sort of medical event that takes place in their life where they need some financial assistance, be it with their mortgage, be it with their utility payments, credit card debt, you name it. The foundation is there to help with that. And it's funded entirely by the industry. So we have large donations from, a lot of the key suppliers to the industry. CCA hosts a golf tournament. That's coming up just in a couple of weeks, Kemp. There's a gala that we do every 3 or 4 years. We did one in 2021, and we're planning another one next year in 2024. And then there's just a lot of, individual donations that are made by people in the industry. So it's really a grassroots foundation that was founded to help those in the industry, and it continues to do that.
I also see a stat here that there's 54 families this year alone that have benefited from contributions from this fund. So from what I understand, on September the 7th, it's a 24-hour online funding drive, One Day to Give. And if you're interested to get more details, you can go to FCIF.org/give and find out more information. So they're going to create some energy and have one day where they try to solicit a lot of donations.
That's correct. So we encourage anyone that's listening And you don't have to wait till September 7th, of course, but September 7th is where the focus is going to be for the 24-hour period, as you mentioned. So FCIF.org/give. We encourage everybody. Every little bit counts. So whether it's $20, $100, $10,000, whatever you want to give, we're very appreciative of receiving.
Okay, Charlie. Well, I appreciate you helping me get this word out. It's good to talk to you again. Been talking to Charlie Dilks, the Chief Product Officer at CCA Global and the Chairman of the FCIF. And you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.